Welcome to Legion Builds, where I guide you on how to bring your favorite fictional characters into Dungeons & Dragons. This video and all my content is made possible by my Patreon supporters, and it's dedicated to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You're all the reasons why this keeps going. Join the Legion today at patreon.com/63rdlegion for free and help decide next week's new character. Joining my paid tiers allows you early access to my content, a shout out in my videos, homebrew D&D items for your games, and a chance to play some D&D in the Patreon community. We now have a Discord. It's just getting started, but we have some future plans coming, like events for Discord members and Patreon members. Time to dive into the old world and the age of Sigmar with the worst slayer imaginable, Gotrek Gunnarsson. Gotrek is probably the most terrifying individual of all Warhammer fantasy. But wait, I called him the worst slayer, so how is he so terrifying? Well, you see, a slayer is a dwarf that through some event has shamed themselves so much they must now go on a quest to die to honor their god in glorious battle. And that's why Gotrek is the worst, because he can't die. He's not immortal, he's just unstoppable. In the several decades as a slayer, Gotrek has become what evil fears the most. Not because he's a hero, but because it means Gotrek might believe fighting them will complete his quest, and he's now coming after them. I'm pretty sure at this point he's the boogeyman for the entire Skaven race. We should also talk about the fact that Gotrek isn't a hero or a villain. Hell, he isn't even really an anti-hero. He's the literal definition of chaotic neutral murder hobo. He's just as likely to protect an orphanage as he is to rip someone's face off for spilling his beer. Pretty sure both have happened too. I also feel I should explain something else important, like why he can't die. Turns out his god Grimnir may really like the guy. Well, may isn't the word. He does like him. Gotrek wields one of Grimnir's magical axes, which is why he's an unstoppable force. And when the end times came, Gotrek basically became Grimnir's avatar. He became so powerful, he survived the apocalypse. Yes, he survived the entire world dying and becoming transformed into the new realm of chaos. And then he survived the realm of chaos with no effort. There's a very strong possibility he never escaped the realm of chaos, but was kicked out because he just kept killing demons. Needless to say, when he entered the mortal realms and was seen by former enemies who had also escaped the end times, their first response was, "Oh no, not again." For today's build, we'll be using the Player's Handbook. We're using standard point array, and we're not multi-classing, so it doesn't matter if you use a different system. Make Con 15, Strength 14, Dex 13, Wisdom 12, Intelligence 10, and we're going to be dumping Charisma with an 8. Going to be perfectly frank with you, no one likes you. Well, your god likes you and maybe Felix, but no one else. Seriously, other slayers, who are pretty crazy, think you're a bit much and ask you to cool it. Chaotic neutral murder hobo who has become the boogeyman for chaos worshippers everywhere, including the immortal ones. Also, I should point out, the common description for dwarves in Warhammer Fantasy is completely alien. Dwarves are weird here, with slayers being the weirdest and you being the weirdest of them all. Gotrek is a dwarf. Dark vision lets you see in darkness as if it's dim light out to 120 feet. Dwarven resilience makes you resistance to poison damage and gives you advantage on saving throws against poison. Dwarven toughness increases your maximum HP by 1 and that adds 1 HP for every level. Stone cunning lets you give yourself tremor sense with a bonus action out to 60 feet for 10 minutes, but you must be touching or standing on stone to do so. This lets you sense vibrations through the stone. You can do this a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus between long rests. To finish out your lineage, you know the language Common and 2 more of your choice. I'm gonna assume Dwarven is one of those. For background, place +2 into strength and +1 into con. For your origin feat, Tough gives you double your current character level in HP and then adds +2 HP to each level after. For skills, take survival and perception. For your final proficiency, grab Mason's tools because dwarves. Level 1 Barbarians start things off with 2 skills. Grab Athletics and Intimidation. You are proficient in all weapons, shields, light and medium armor, and the saving throw Strength and Con. Unarmored Defense gives you an AC when not wearing armor of 10 plus your Dex modifier plus Con modifier. Weapon Mastery allows you to access special properties of weapons. At the end of a long rest, you choose 2 weapons you are proficient with, and now you have access to those weapons' masteries. For the weapon masteries you'll end up using, Battle Axe gives you Topple, which forces a con save against a creature you hit with this weapon, knocking them prone if they fail. The DC for this is based off your attack modifier. Great Axe gives you Cleave, which allows you to attack a creature within 5 feet of the original target, dealing the weapon damage without the damage modifier. Rage unleashes your Fury and maybe Insanity into your attacks. With a bonus action, you enter a rage state that grants you several benefits. These benefits include bonus damage to attacks made when you're using your strength modifier, having advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, you can't cast spells or maintain them, and now you have resistance to slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning damage. Your rage lasts until the end of your next turn, but you can maintain it by using your bonus action again, forcing a creature to make a save, or attacking an enemy. You can only maintain rage for up to 10 minutes. Your rage bonus damage starts off at +2, will grow over time, and you can rage twice per long rest, but you regain 1 use after a short rest. Level 2 Barbarians now have Danger Sense. You have advantage on dex saves when you aren't incapacitated. Reckless Attack lets you throw caution to the wind. When you make your first attack, you decide to attack recklessly, and now all attacks using your strength modifier are at advantage till the start of your next turn. But all attacks against you until then are also at advantage. Level 3 Barbarians get access to their subclass. It's time to receive some Divine Favor. Zealot, found in the player's handbook, brings Grimnir's Wrath and makes you harder to kill. Divine Fury empowers your attacks when you rage. Once per turn when you rage, you can add 1d6 plus half your Barbarian level in Radiant or Necrotic damage, which you choose with each attack. Warrior of the Gods grants you 4d12s that you can use to heal yourself. With a bonus action, you can roll as many d12s as you want and regain HP equal to the rolls. You regain all used d12s at the end of a long rest. Primal Knowledge gives you a new skill. Take Nature or Animal Handling, up to you. And now, when you rage, several skills are improved. When you are enraged, the following skills will now use your strength modifier when you roll a skill check: Acrobatics, Intimidation, Perception, Survival, and Stealth. You also now have 3 rages per long rest. Level 4 Barbarians earn our first ability score improvement, raise strength for better attack, damage, and all the benefits that come with it. You now have up to 3 weapon masteries per long rest. Level 5 Barbarians receive extra attack. You can now attack twice with a single attack action. Fast movement increases your speed by 10 feet when you're not wearing heavy armor. You've hit character level 5, bring your proficiency bonus up to +3. Level 6 Zealot Barbarians learn Fanatical Focus. When using Rage, if you fail a saving throw, you can re-roll it and add your rage damage to the new roll. You now have 4 rages per long rest and 5 d12s for Warrior of the Gods. Level 7 Barbarians have Feral Instincts. You now have advantage on initiative rolls. Instinctive Pounce allows you to move half your speed when you use your bonus action to rage. Level 8 Barbarians earn another ability score improvement, Cap Off Strength. Level 9 Barbarians gain Brutal Strike. Now when you use Reckless Attack, you can forego having advantage on the attack to add more damage and effects, as long as you don't have disadvantage on the attack. Remember, you're still hitting recklessly, which means all attacks are still at advantage against you. When you hit, you will deal an extra 1d10 damage and then choose one of 2 effects. For these effects, you can push the target back by 15 feet from you, and then move half your speed towards them without provoking an attack of opportunity, or reduce the target speed by 15 feet until the start of your next turn. Your bonus rage damage is increased to +3. Your character level 9, raise your proficiency bonus to +4. Level 10 Zealot Barbarians receive Zealous Presence. As a bonus action, you unleash a battle cry and up to 10 creatures within 60 feet have advantage on saving throws and attack rolls until the start of your next turn. You can use this once per long rest or by burning a use of rage. You now have up to 4 weapon masteries per long rest. Level 11 Barbarians have Relentless Rage. Now you're even harder to end. When you drop to 0 HP, you can now make a DC 10 con save, and if you pass, your HP drops to twice your Barbarian level. Each time you use this feature, the DC increases by 5 till you finish a short or long rest. Level 12 barbarians earn another ability score improvement, Start Raising Con. You now have 5 rages per long rest and 6 D12s for Warrior of the Gods. Level 13 barbarians now gain improved Brutal Strike. You gain 2 more effects to Brutal Strikes. For these effects, you can now cause the creature to have disadvantage on their next saving throw, and can't make attacks of opportunity until the start of your next turn, or grant a 5+ to another creature's attack against the target of your Brutal Strike. You've hit character level 13, bring your proficiency bonus up to +5. Level 14 Zealot Barbarians receive Rage of the Gods, transforming you into the avatar of Grimnir. When you rage, you transform for 1 minute or until you hit 0 HP. While transformed, you gain a flying speed equal to your normal speed and can hover. You gain resistance to necrotic, psychic, and radiant damage, and finally, when a creature within 30 feet of you hits 0 HP, you can use your reaction to burn a use of rage to change the target's HP to equal your barbarian level. Level 15 barbarians now have persistent rage. Now your rage no longer requires to be maintained and lasts for 10 minutes, and only ends if you are unconscious or don heavy armor. Also, when you roll initiative, you can regain all uses of rage, but can only do this once per long rest. Level 16 barbarians earn our official last ability score improvement, Cap Off Con. Your bonus rage damage is now +4. Level 17 barbarians learn improved Brutal Strike. The extra damage from Brutal Strike is now 2d10, and now you can use 2 effects per Brutal Strike. You now have 6 uses of rage per long rest and 7 d12s for Warrior of the Gods. Your character level 17, max out your proficiency bonus to +6. Level 18 barbarians gain Indomitable Might. If you roll a strength saving throw or a strength check and it's below your strength score, which is 20, you can use your strength score instead. Level 19 barbarians earn an Epic Boon, a feat that is only accessible to character level 19 and up. For your boon, Boon of Fortitude adds +1 to your dex and then increases your maximum HP to 40. Also, once per turn when you regain HP, you gain more HP equal to your con modifier. Our final level is level 20 Barbarian, and you are a Primal Champion. Both your strength and con stat are increased by 4, bringing them both to 24. Now that we've hit level 20, let's recap. Your stats are Strength 24, Dex 14, Con 24, Intelligence 10, Wisdom 12, Charisma 8. Let's dive in. You're basically unkillable. Taking the average, your total health is over 340. You have a healing pool of 7 d12s. When you heal yourself, you gain an extra +7. Your resistance to multiple types of damage. Your AC is 19, not wearing any armor. And if you drop to 0 HP, you instead drop to 40 HP. You're also a living nightmare. Wielding a great axe, your attacks are +13. You're dealing 1d12 +11 slashing damage, and once per turn, you're dealing 1d6 +10 radiant damage. You can either attack at advantage or deal an extra 2d10 damage. Finally, to round everything out, you have advantage on dex saves and initiative rolls, while in rage you have advantage on strength saves and strength checks, and you make several skills strength-based, which is better than what they have. Also, you can go full divine fury mode and fly, which the image of that is scary as hell. Downside. Firstly, you're going to need Felix because your charisma is terrible. Avoid social interactions. In fact, avoid all interactions outside of combat. Trust me, it's a good idea to do that. Finally, your only ranged tactic is to run towards the enemy. Not a bad tactic, but you can instead grab a ranged weapon, but your rage effects can't stack with it. Time to find your honorable death and honor your god and earn your redemption. Or at least, that's how you think it's going to go. You know what? How about you just go find Felix?
I'd like to give a special shout out to my Artificer tier. Thank you, John Martin, Christopher R. Hunter, Java Squirrel, Matthew Denz, and Jonathan Haynes. You guys rock. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss a single new build each week on YouTube and Spotify. And make sure to check out my Patreon where you can help decide next week's new character.